classic $3 million. The 2-year-old colts, those we'll be talking about and following next year in the Triple Crown races. The current favorite on the board, Capote at 2-1 and Gulch at 3-1. Unbeaten Polish Navy 5-1. And this huge crowd on an 80-degree Saturday afternoon for the first time sees these top young competitors.
And I was talking with my friend Ed McGrath, who insures a lot of horses, and he has estimated that this field of 2-year-olds is worth over $45 million, and here is the field. Number 1, Demons Be Gone. Never taken a backward step. His breeding line is poor. In fact, his mother never won a race. But this offspring can really run. He's been first or second in all 5 starts from the rail. A serious contender, and Jose Santos is in the irons. Capote, number 2, stole the 2-year-old thunder when he beat Gulch in the Norfolk Stakes last out here at Santa Anita. And remember that Chief's Crown, the juvenile winner of '84, also won the Norfolk before taking the Cup. He's a half-brother to Exceller and Baldsky, and Lafitte Pinkai Jr. is in the irons. Al Sheba, number 3, a well-traveled son of Aladar who likes the distance, but seems a cut below the top 4 or 5 in this one. Bill Shoemaker, age 55, who took the Derby this year with Ferdinand, picks up the mount. Number 4, Orono, winner of the Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland last out, would have to improve dramatically to have a chance. Sandy Hawley, who's been aboard for 2 of his tallies, is back for another try today. Number 5 is the undefeated Polish Navy, who's been in front for every call of his 4-race career. He's by the hot-sired Danzig, and he tries to stretch out that early foot today to the mile and a 16th route. Randy Romero, leading rider of the recent Belmont Park meeting, is the rider this afternoon. Gulch, number 6, almost invincible this summer, but he threw in a clinker in the Norfolk, and now he has 5 wins in 6 starts, and if he can throw out that Norfolk, he looks like a winner, but it's going to take a win today to claim the 2-year-old crown. He worked well on Thursday. He's primed for a big effort. Angel Cordero Jr., his regular pilot, is aboard. Number 7, Pledge Card, a second stringer from the Lucas Barn, who was second in the Laurel Futurity, gets Pat Day for the journey this afternoon. And number 8, Flying Newsboy by Flying Paster, has just broken his maiden. He's only been postward twice and is a true long shot Eddie Delahousie rides. Number 9, Qualify, another Danzig colt who's been training well but would need more than he's shown to score today. He comes from off the pace. And Santa Anita leading rider Gary Stevens, the only jockey ever to ride Qualify, is back aboard. Number 10, Bet Twice, has drawn a very tough post position. He's leading from post 12. He won his first 5 races, very impressive winner of the Laurel Futurity. Then he finished 3rd in the Champagne last out. He's been training well. Craig Perrette, who won the Breeders' Cup Sprint with Elio in '84, is aboard today. Damascus Drama, the 11-horse, set the early pace in the recent Grade 1 Young America Stakes at the Meadowlands, only to be nipped by Conquista Rose in the final strides. Now, Damascus Drama looks like he needs the lead. He's a good long shot, though. Jacinto Vasquez, regular rider in the green and blue silks there. And now the Mutual Field, number 12, Flying Lieutenant, who beat California Breds last out with Fernando Toro riding, coupled with 12A, Gold on Green, an improving non-stakes winner who could have been claimed in August for only $50,000, and young Pat Valenzuela is the jockey. That's the field, Dick, for the Juvenile.
Breaks from post position number 13, and a masterful tactician to make that decision, Jacinto Vasquez. They're in the gate. And they're off in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and Pinkai puts Capote on the lead as they pass the first time, and here comes Damascus Drama now. After the lead as the field moves into the first turn. Into the first turn, it's Damascus Drama on the outside, and Capote toward the inside, matching strides on the lead, and Gulch is tucked in behind them nicely in 3rd. Then on the outside, that's Flying Newsboy now racing in 4th position. Demons Be Gone, he's only 5 lengths off the early lead, racing in 5th. Qualifies 6th on the outside, and Polish Navy now, he's 7th and saving ground toward the rail. Gold on Green is 8th on the outside, followed by Orono, who is now 9th. Bet Twice is racing 10th. On the inside, it's Flying Lieutenant, and he's now racing in 11th position. On the outside, it's Pledge Card, and another 4 lengths back to the trailer, Ali Sheba. The quarter in 22 and 2, and the half in 45 and 4. And Pinkai will try to take Capote now, wire to wires. Pinkai on the lead with Capote. They're leading by a length and a half, and here comes Cordero now. He's asking Gulch for more. And Demons Be Gone is stalking them now, and he's right there racing in third position. And here comes Qualify, and he's found his best stride. He's only 5 lengths off the lead as the field comes to the top of the stretch. Polish Navy is just in behind him, and Bet Twice swings out for racing room as the field turns for home. It is Capote in front and driving hard. Qualify gaining ground in second with a furlong to the wire. Capote is full out to hold the lead. He's there by 2. Qualify trying to catch him from the outside. It is still Capote. Qualify with one final surge. No, Capote has won it. And Lafitte Pinkai with Capote going on to be the 2-year-old champion colt of 1986.
Named after a ridge of mountains in southwest Texas, Capote standing tall today. This 2-year-old Kentucky bred, written by Lafitte Pinkai, the Lone Star early here at Santa Anita. Gene Klein, Barry Beal, Lloyd French Jr., the owners of this 2-year-old Kentucky bred Capote.
And D. Wayne Lucas strikes early with his dynasty as Capote, wearing the white bridle, skims the rail, turns for home, repels a big challenge from Qualify. That's Gary Stevens wearing the pink colors on the inside. Gulch just doesn't have it. And through the stretch, it's going to be Capote, the wire-to-wire winner, carrying that 122 pounds through quick early fractions of 22-2 and 45-4, the mile in 36-4. But it is Capote from Flag Fall to That's All.
Capote with Qualify second, and long shot Ali Sheba unofficially is third. Royally bred by Seattle Slough, Capote, an $800,000 Keeneland yearling purchase, and now has won 3 of 4. Those the unofficial results of the $1 million juvenile, the first of 7 here at Santa Anita on Breeders' Cup Day.
It's Capote going for the lead. On the outside, Gone West. On the inside, Gurneen, and the nearest rail, Forest Fair. Then Gulch, Pleasant Variety, Conquilot, and the Marine Command. They continue down the chute. Capote on the inside of Gone West. Their heads apart. They have a length and a half on Forest Fair. Then Gurneen and Chocolate 1, about 3 to Conquilot. Pleasant Variety, Marine Command, and Gulch is ninth. The quarter, 22-2. Capote on the rail has a head in front. Gone West on the outside is challenging that lead. About 2.5 to Chocolate 1, then Forest Fair 2 to Gurneen as they continue down the backstretch. The half in 44-2. It's Gone West on the outside. Capote on the rail. They're in a speed duel. Gone West now gets a neck in front. Capote is back into second by about 4. Chocolate 1 on the outside, third by a length, and Forest Fair, fourth by 4, followed by Conquilot, Marine Command. There goes Gulch now gaining ground. Then Gurneen and Pleasant Variety. They approach the top of the stretch. 3/4, 8 and 1. Gone West draws clear by about 2 lengths. Capote on the rail, second by only a neck. On the outside is Chocolate 1. Chocolate 1 gains into second. Continues to move up on the outside of Gone West. They approach the keen pole. Gone West leads by about 3 lengths. Chocolate 1 is second. Then Capote and Gulch. It's Gone West in front.
Woody Stevens, 3-year-old Gone West, a $1.9 million Keeneland yearling sale horse. Just outstandingly bred. Mr. Prospector, the dam is Secretam, of course, by Secretariat. An outstanding win for Woody Stevens, and Gone West will make the Gotham official when we come back. It run from the backstretch in at the Gotham as we take a look at the official results first. And the big duel between the champ of last year and the runner-up, Capote and Gulch, well, they weren't in this one. It was Gone West finishing first. Shockett 1 finishing second. The time for the mile at Aqueduct, 1:34.3. Gulch did accomplish something today. He finally beat Capote, but it was for third. Capote was fourth. Marine Command finished in 5th place. Rounding out the results for the Gotham Stakes, Conquilot, a disappointing 6th. Pleasant Variety 7th, Forest Fair 8th, and Gurneen 9th and last. So it was not the 2 champions in the top contender. It was Woody Stevens Gone West. That's
here in New York for the Wood Memorial. Capote was last year's 2-year-old champion, but he didn't race this season until 2 weeks ago. Here at Aqueduct, he dueled with Gone West through very fast early fractions, but tired in the sloppy going and faded to fourth at the finish. Today in the Wood, Capote faces Gone West again, along with Gulch, a star last season just rounding into form this year. The weather, as it was in the Gotham, is not pleasant today. It's warm enough, but heavy rain fell. It's warm enough, but heavy rain fell.
Sire. Battle man is scratched. Marine Command in. Here is Gone West, the 8-horse with Robbie Davis, a $1.9 million yearling, and Jerry Bailey guides Mixed Motion. In the line, we're set for the start of the Wood Memorial 1987. All in line. Starter Frank Alvarez directing traffic. And they're off. Gulch comes away quickly toward the inside. There goes Capote out in the middle of the racetrack. Is right there between horses third. Mixed Emotions 4 wide on the first turn, followed by Gone West, then Pleasant Variety. Marine Command saves ground along the inside, and 3.5 back to the trailer. KC's best turn. It's Capote on the lead, racing away from the rail in front by 2. On the inside, Chocolate 1, second by a head. Mixed Emotions third. There goes Gone West, moving on the outside. He was not up front early, but he is fourth on the outside, 2.5 off the leader as they straighten away for the run down the backstretch. First quarter, 23-3 on the muddy track. Capote and Cordero in front by 1, with Chocolate 1 in second by a length and a quarter. Gone West bides time in third. 4 lengths farther back. Here comes Gulch, squeezing through along the inside. Marine Command on the outside. The long shot is fifth as Mixed Emotions drops back into sixth. Then Pleasant Variety, and Casey's best turn remains the trailer. Around the far turn they go, and it's still Capote. He's the one to catch. He's in front 3 parts of a length. Chocolate 1, closer than usual, is right there in second, and Gone West is third. Gulch saving ground along the inside fourth, and Marine Command with a big move is right there fifth as the field moves past the quarter pole. Capote, the front runner. Here's Gone West on the outside. Here's Gulch at the rail. 3 of them across the track, and down the stretch they come. Gone West with Robbie Davis, trained by Woody Stevens, takes it by 1. But here comes Gulch on the outside with a late move. Capote is finished. He's third and dropping back. 70 yards to go. Gulch with a late move on the outside. Gone West hanging down. Oh, too tight to call. What a finish, and this the 63rd running of the Wood as Gulch was up in the final strides. Gone West holding tight along the inside. It was too tight to call. It was a great finish, though. Gulch and Gone West in a photo.
A tremendous finish by Gulch with jockey Jose Santos aboard. We talked about Santos in Florida, who has moved up the last couple of years to become one of the outstanding jockeys in the country. No question, he gave Gulch a perfect ride today. Remember, that'll be a photo, very unofficial, but it looked like Gulch to us.
It looks as though Gulch has learned his lessons well. Leroy Jolly has been trying to teach him to relax, to come from off the pace, and today he passed his exams with flying colors. He laid back off those early fractions set by the 3 other top favorites, and he was the only one straggling back, and when he made his move, he managed to wear down Gone West through the stretch and win by a nose for his first victory beyond 7/8 of a mile.
Okay, let's have another look at the stretch run.
And at this point, Gone West had taken over the lead from Capote, who fades there, and he's already back in third. Gone West looks as though he's gone, but don't give up on Gulch. There he is, second now in the green silks of Peter Brandt, wearing the green shadow roll, and he is coming on. Gulch.
2 sons of the remarkable sire, Mr. Prospector, dueling it out for the Wood Memorial. Quite a testimonial to that sire.
Certainly is. And look at Jose Santos. He knows he's going to catch him. It's just a matter of has he got the final few inches. He's going to need that real estate, and he gets it stride by stride. He inches up.
Here they come.
Leroy Jolly may not be complaining too much about the off track today. There it is. Now it is official.
1, 8, and 3. That would be, it's not official, unofficial. That would be Gulch number 1, Gone West number 3, and Chocolate 1 number 3, followed by Capote number 5. Now the question is, what does this mean for Capote?
I would certainly say that would be the end of Capote's Kentucky Derby aspirations this year. He obviously is not the same colt he was last year. Frankly, he looked very light in the paddock. He's not carrying much weight, and maybe he just needs to wait a little bit longer and have some more time. He seems to be coming back all right there. He tried to carry his speed, but he wasn't able to get it beyond the lower turn there. Maybe the off track is not to his liking.
Well, that's one factor we still have to consider. It was a muddy track, a sloppy track 2 weeks ago, but then it may be a muddy or sloppy track in the Kentucky Derby, too. Another look at the finish, which, as we say, is unofficial, but they have put the numbers up. Gulch as the unofficial winner, Gone West second, Chocolate won third, and there he is, as we said, with jockey Jose Santos. Owned by Peter Brandt of Connecticut, trained by Leroy Jolly, who has already sent out 2 winners of the Kentucky Derby. It will be official very shortly here, and when it is official, we'll...
All right, now the post parade. Number 1 in the 3-horse entry of Wayne Lucas is War, the winner on a disqualification of the Bluegrass Stakes. Number 1A, the horse who must prove himself today, Capote, the 2-year-old champion who has looked very bad his last 2 outings in New York. Number 1X, the 3rd horse in this entry. On the line, he won the Derby trial last week and was suddenly put into the Derby. Number 2, the first half of the Leroy Jolly entry, is Gulch, winner of the Wood Memorial. At the peak of his game, and Bill Shoemaker is aboard. 2B, other half of the entry, Leo Castelli with Jacinto Vizquez, who twice before has won the Kentucky Derby for trainer Leroy Jolly. Number 3, the winner of the Florida Derby. This is Crypto Clearance. Phil Tynowitz, the owner, in the game for 25 years, and now he's got his shot. Jose Santos, perhaps the best rider in the country at the moment, is aboard him. Ali Sheba, number 4, with the confidence of trainer Jack Van Berg and the skill of jockey Chris McCarron, who's never won the Derby. Number 5, from the West Coast, didn't look too good in the Santa Anita Derby, but before that he tore him up. This is the $5,500 sensation, Masterful Advocate, with Lafitte Pinkai Jr. Number 6 is Demons Begone, the favorite in the race, out of Arkansas. Ridden by Pat Day, who's won everything at Churchill Downs and many times, but he's never won the Derby. Number 7, from California comes Candy's Gold, trained by Stanford graduate, somewhat intellectual Eddie Gregson, ridden by Sandy Hawley, the comeback kid. Number 8, an overlay at 45 to 1, if we've ever seen one, is Chocolate, Edward Anchel's horse, ridden by Richard Migliori. Number 9 is Bet Twice, Bob Levy's horse, actually in the name of his mother, Blanche P. Levy, ridden by Jersey's Craig Perrette. Number 10 is Conquistadors. Remember, didn't expect to run today on the dry surface, but he is. Jerry Bailey aboard. Number 11, very impressive in Florida, second in the Florida Derby, looked bad last week in the Derby trial. No More Flowers, Walter Guerra. Then the field horses. Number 12, out of Maryland comes Templar Hill, son of Temperance Hill, owned by the Kowitz brothers. There's 4 of them altogether. Greg Hutton aboard. Number 13, Momentous, the unbelievable story of the horse who crashed into the 8th pole and now runs in the Derby with Don Brumfield, a Kentucky veteran. Number 14, rounding out the field, Avies Copy, who may well set the pace in this race, ridden by Mickey Solomon. That, then, is the field for the 113th running of the Kentucky Derby. With me again, Charles E. Candy.
They're all in line. And they're off. Demons Be Gone. Away quickly from between horses. Now there goes Leo Castelli on the inside, though. Capote grabs the early lead past the stands for the first time. From between horses on the line, charging up to get command. Capote along the inside is second, and on the outside, that's Candy's Gold racing third. In the middle of the track, No More Flowers up 4th. Bet Twice is 5th. Masterful Advocate from between horses 6th. There goes Leo Castelli bullying his way between horses 7th. Masterful Advocate, in fact, almost went out. War is in trouble on the inside around the first turn. Capote leads it by a length. Stablemate on the line into second position by 2. Candy's Gold on the outside, third by a head. Along the inside, that's Leo Castelli with Jacinto Vasquez in the irons in 4th position. War regaining on the inside now 5th. Bet Twice is 6th. Masterful Advocate is 7th. No More Flowers on the outside is racing 8th. Templar Hill moving through along the inside 9th. Chocolate 1 is 10th. No More Flowers back to 11th. After that, it's Ali Sheba, Momentous, Crypto Clearance. Between horses, Gulch is far back. On the outside, Conquistadors is 16th. And the favorite, Demons Be Gone, is 17th and last. He's pulling up around the far turn. On the inside, it's on the line, but on the outside, there goes Bet Twice. Bet Twice to the front by a head with Craig Perrette aboard. On the inside, that's on the line with Gary Stevens hanging tough as they turn for home, a quarter of a mile to go. Bet Twice taking the lead by
flying. Leo Castelli between horses. And down the stretch they come. Bet Twice on the inside leads it by a head. On the outside, here comes Ali Sheba. Ali Sheba with Chris McCarron to the front. Bet Twice back to second. Here's the finish. Ali Sheba wins it by 3 parts of a length. On the inside, Bet Twice finishing second. Havies Coffey with Mickey Solomoni, part of the mutual field, finishing third. That's the unofficial finish. Jack Van Berg was right. Ali Sheba did get his confidence back. The 1.25 miles in 2 minutes 3 2/5 seconds. There was a lot of trouble around the first turn, and the favorite, Demons Be Gone, pulled up.
Well, it won't be Pat, it'll be Chris.
Chris McCarron, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he broke down.
Who is that? There's Demons Be Gone. Demons Be Gone being put in the track ambulance, the favorite for the Kentucky Derby. That's a sad story. Let's see what happened, if we can. Demons Be Gone, the favorite in the Derby.
This is going down the backstretch here. Here is Demons Be Gone.
Number
He's
6.
Far back early on. And as he proceeds down the backside, he evidently will take some bad steps. There he is, starting to pull himself up there.
There have,
Easing
Charles,
back.
been those who said that those front leg bandages must mean that they know there's some weakness
It
there.
made him suspect. It did indeed, and here you see him shortening stride ever so much. It does not look to be too severe. He did walk into the ambulance of his own accord, and we hope certainly that it is not terribly serious.
And not much change since we came out on the air. Bet Twice is 5-1. The long shots, then Harriman, Phantom Jet, and No More Flowers. And looking for the big one out of the 5-hole at 13-1, the Speed Horse. Then Ali Sheba with about $10,000 more bet on him than Crypto Clearance, so he would be a very slight favorite. Gulch with a lot of backing at 7-2. Avies Copy at 23-1 as we approach the 112th Preakness. He is working out of the 9 spot, the outside hole.
Well, he does his best running on the outside, and he didn't get that opportunity in the Derby. He has it today with that outside post. He can just be away and clear, and I think he's going to be very dangerous.
Another horse with a great chance starts from the pole. That's Bet Twice, but which Bet Twice will show up today? He's been an erratic horse.
Well, on the plus side, he had post position 14 in the Derby. He was used often and early. He might have a little bit more left today. He figures to get a trip, maybe saving some ground along the inside. But on the negative side, Craig Perret, his jockey, said that he wasn't tiring through the stretch when he was weaving in and out. He was just shying away from people and balloons in the infield, but he's got that again today.
Then there's Ali Sheba, who did such a magnificent job to maintain his balance, come on the stretch. Those who denigrate him, though, say it was the slowest Derby in 13 years. And they also look at that work the other day, 50 3/5 for a half mile. What'd you think of that?
It was a little too slow for me, especially when you can compare that to his pre-Derby work, which he went a half mile in 47 seconds. He has several hurdles to overcome today and on to the Triple Crown. By the way, I think I said it was 9 weeks in the Triple Crown. It's actually 5 weeks from the time they run the Derby to the time they cross the finish line in the Belmont. And this is Ali Sheba's 3rd race in just 23 days. He could be body sore from that contact in the Kentucky Derby. But again, that workout worries me the most. Boy, he is kicking and playing out there in the infield.
Certainly a fresher horse, Gary Stevens. Looking for the big one is a horse that did not race as a 2-year-old. He raced 4 times in a 34-day period, but he hasn't raced in a month, so in a way he does come in fresh as the ball.
He has the freshness edge, and he's the only one who hasn't raced in the last 2 weeks. The rest of the field also, not only have they been racing, but they've been shipping around from track to track, and I think that really does help looking for the big one. And the reason that there's no G in it is because the Jockey Club only allows 18 letters, so that's the limit, no spaces, just 18 big ones.
Let's take a look at a horse with just 5 simple letters, and that's Gulch. And the story here is that Shoemaker rode him in the Derby. He was taken off, and Angel Cordero is back up on number 7.
Well, a little backstage drama, Al. As a 2-year-old, Cordero rode Gulch in all of his races. On Flamingo Day, well, Gulch finished 4th in the Key West Stakes, and then Angel won the Flamingo with Talonham. Jolly criticized Cordero's ride in the Key West on Gulch. So it really is the peacemaker Peter Brand who says we're going to go with Gulch today and Cordero's going to ride it.
Pick a winner?
I like Crypto Clearance.
I need a launch stake before some 86,000 people at Pimlico. Number 1 is Bet Twice, 2nd in the Kentucky Derby after that staggering trip down the stretch. Trained by Jimmy Kroll, owned by the Levy family, led by Bob Levy. Craig Perret is the jockey, does most of his riding in New Jersey, and you see that the odds are 9-2 on Bet Twice, the son of Sport and Life. bred in Kentucky by Will Farish. Number 2 now, the local favorite, Maryland-bred Harriman, the son of Lord Gaylord, who stands at Duck and Glennie Martin's farm not 15 minutes from this racetrack, owned by the Bayard Sharps of Delaware, and he is in fact named after Averill Harriman, but 40-1, he's the long shot in the field. Moving along to number 3, it's Phantom Jet, owned by Scott Savin, trained by the young Englishman Phil Bleave, who learned at the feet of the master Woody Stevens, ridden by Keith Allen. Phantom Jet might be a good bet for show in this race at 17-1. Number 4 is No More Flowers, back for another try after a bad showing in the Kentucky Derby. His trainer says that he just didn't like the track there, either in the Derby trial or the Derby itself. He thinks he can do it today. Number 5, this could be an overlay here. Looking for the big one, the speed horse from the Wayne Lucas barn, and being held at 13-1, as I say, that could be a pretty good bet. He'll be leading the race almost certainly in the early going. He's only had 4 races in his life. Is the one rap against him. Number 6 is the winner of the Kentucky Derby, Only Horse, with a chance for the Triple Crown, Ali Sheba, Chris McCarron on his back, returning to Maryland, where it all began for him. Co-favorite at 2-1. Number 7, well, for a while, his trainer, Leroy Jolly, said he wasn't probably going to come to the Preakness, but owner Peter Brandt wanted to, and here he is, with Angel Cordero aboard, 7-2, a real contender here today. He was 6th at the Kentucky Derby, won the Wood earlier, remember. Number 8, the surprise third-place finisher in the Kentucky Derby, Avies Copy, the only remaining horse, remember, of Brown Badgett, who sold all his other 50. Dave Casson, the trainer, Mickey Solomoni at age 44 on his back. His grandsire is Lord Gaylord, the same horse we're talking about with Harriman. And number 9, Crypto Clearance, co-favorite for the Preakness, owned by Phil Tynowitz, the Tynowitz family from Chicago. His sons keep telling us all winter. ABC stands for Always Bet Crypto Clearance. Well, he was coming on strong at the end of the Derby, couldn't quite make it.
And now Gulch is in. Crypto Clearance, who was watching in the Derby, is not this afternoon. That might be a physical sign that he is ready. All in line. And they're off. Toward the inside, Harriman goes for the lead, but from the middle of the pack looking for the big one. Now charges up quickly and takes the lead by a neck. Harriman along the inside is second. Those two duel. 2 back at the rail. Bet Twice is racing third. No More Flowers, surprisingly, up fourth on the outside. Then it's a gap of some 5 lengths to Phantom Jet, who's in fifth. Ali Sheba, the Derby winner, is 6th on the outside. Avies Copy is racing 7th. Gulch is 8th. And Crypto Clearance is 9th and last, the first quarter in 23 1/5 seconds. The battle continues on the front end, and Harriman on the inside takes the lead by a head. On the outside, looking for the big one. Those two cooking on the front end. It's 2 back to Bet Twice, who is now clear in third. A gap of 2 and No More Flowers fourth. Gulch beginning to close stoutly on the outside. Ali Sheba between horses. Then Phantom Jet. Then along the inside, Crypto Clearance and Avies Copy, now the trailer. As they race down the backstretch, it's still the top 2 racing as a team, looking for the big one on the outside. Harriman at the rail, a gap of 1.5 lengths, and Bet Twice is poised on the outside third and ready to move on the leaders. Along the inside, Crypto Clearance is 4th and gaining, now 4th by a head, and Ali Sheba on the outside is 5th, and Cordero puts Gulch in gear. Gulch on the outside, charging to contention, but it's Bet Twice, but Craig Perret comes away with the lead as they approach the quarter pole. Now Bet Twice has it by a head. Ali Sheba is charging on the inside. That's looking for the big one, dropping back. Gulch in the middle of the racetrack, and Crypto Clearance looks for racing room, and down the stretch they come. Ali Sheba with Chris McCarron on the outside. Bet Twice toward the inside with Perret. It's a replay of the Kentucky Derby, and on the outside, here comes Ali Sheba. Ali Sheba is going to win it, taking the second duel of racing straight across the Triple Crown. It was Bet Twice finishing second, and Crypto Clearance was third. Ali Sheba, about middle of the pack down the backstretch, roared through the stretch and comes home in 1:55 and 4/5 seconds. And boy, what a big step to the Triple Crown. There have been only 11 Triple Crown winners, and Ali Sheba looks like he has the stuff to be the 12th.
All right, Dave. So the racing writers that said the slow work, I didn't see any major problems, did you?
No, I didn't, Jim. It looked like a very cleanly run race. and Ali Sheba, of course, finishing first. And as he came through the stretch to inch ahead of Bet Twice, he began to give me the clue that he might be kind of a lazy sort of colt. He got right there and didn't want to go any further. That's all he gives.
Now, what a nice sentimental story this is. His daddy, Alidar, would surely have been a Triple Crown winner in any other year except that the year he came along. 3 times in the 3 classics, he was beaten narrowly by a firm. But now his son, Ali Sheba, is 2/3 of the way to the Triple Crown. 2/3 of the way. Him goes Gulch, number 7, and as you can see, Crypto Clearance, and the 3 of them running in a pack. Santos is excellent at saving ground and moving up, finding the room, and he is doing just that with the 9 horse right there. And as you can see, Cordero doesn't want to get too tight into too tight quarters, but he's content to let Bet Twice sprint out there, and there with the checkered silks, McCarron is on the move again. And so is Santos there, threading his way past Harriman, and there goes Gulch with a big move on the outside. Looking for the big one, and the blue cap is going to drop back. But as the jockeys like to say, at about this point, you begin to ask the question, and he gets the right answer. And here he comes again, and as was the case in Louisville, this time, of course, without the jostling and the bumping and the physical contact, he's able to take the measure of Bet Twice as they come down the stretch. McCarron is going to wrap this colt a couple times right-handed, right about there. Watch him switch the stick to the left hand and get a little bit more out of him as he passes again. A very stubborn Bet Twice. What a great confrontation this is now. And the son of Alidar, who finished second to Affirmed in this race. So Ali Sheba brings it home for the old man. Alidar's son wins the Preakness. And there he is by about 3/4 of a length. The result is still unofficial, with Bet Twice again finishing in second position, and the number 9 horse
outside. All right, the Belmont coming up.
Kister Rose has been scratched. Gone West. Woody Stevens hope to win his 6th Belmont in a row. Eddie Maple aboard, and he's been here before. The odds you see at 5-1. The son of Mr. Prospector. Number 2 is Leo Castelli, named after a 79-year-old art dealer in New York. Half of the Leroy Jolly Train entry, owned by Peter Brandt, as is the other half. Leo Castelli, a son of Sovereign Dancer. Then we have number 2B. 2B Gulch, who beat older horses very recently in the Metropolitan Handicap. Gulch, ridden by Pat Day, the other half of the Jolly entry. Number 3, Avies Copy, lightly regarded when he went to the Kentucky Derby, but he finished an impressive 3rd, and since then has won the Jersey Derby, but still being held at 29-1. Number 4, the Horse of Destiny. Well, that's what we're here to find out. Ali Sheba, son of Alidar, trying to surpass what his father did before him. Chris McCarron aboard. Number 5 is Bet Twice. Bob Levy's horse, the son of Sport and Life, second in the Derby, second in the Preakness, trained by Jimmy Kroll and ridden by Craig Perrette, who's never ridden in the Belmont before, rather remarkably because he rides in New Jersey most of the time. Number 6, why he's here, everybody wonders. The mystery horse from Massachusetts, Manasseh Jack, the son of Lord Avey, who's the son of Lord Gaylord. Not much else known about him. He was second in a stake up in Massachusetts his last out. That's about it. Number 7, Crypto Clearance. This was the horse everybody was talking about on Preakness Day, but this week he's sort of been forgotten. Still, the odds on him, 9-2, so the crowd thinks he's got a good shot. Crypto Clearance, Lafitte Pinkeye Jr. up. If it's a stretch drive, you almost have to bet on Lafitte Pinkeye every day. And number 8, rounding out the field, another sort of forgotten horse. A good deal talked about him before the Derby. Chocolate One, owned by Edward Anchel, ridden by Angel Cordero Jr. And if he doesn't know the Belmont track, nobody in the world does. Charles E. Candy has moved out here with us now. Charles, there's a quick look at the odds again. Conquista Rose scratch. Gone West 5-1. Leo Castelli and Gulch the entry 7-1. Avies Copy has to be an overlay at 29-1. Ali Sheba at 4-5 still. Bet Twice, the second place horse, remember the Derby and the Preakness, 8-1. Manasseh Jack going up now to 44-1. Crypto Clearance at 9-2, a lot of support there. And Chocolate One at 19-1.
It's interesting, Jim. It appears that the Lafitte factor is getting more attention than the Woody factor. Crypto Clearance 9-2.
Chocolate One, Angel Cordero, 1 win in 16 tries in the Belmont. That was with Bold Ford. And in goes Gulch, and we're ready for the start of the Belmont Stakes. And they're off. Ali
Ali Sheba gets to the front by a head, but on the outside, there goes Gulch, and Eddie Maple on the inside zooms up Gone West, and Gone West takes the lead. Mickey Solomoni has Avies Copy right into the second spot with Bet Twice in third. Then comes Gulch. Along the inside, Ali Sheba is now in fifth position as they round the first turn. Back to the front end. It's Gone West with an easy lead by a length and a quarter. Avies Copy is in second by 2. Bet Twice is racing third, 3 parts of a length. At the rail, that's Ali Sheba in fourth. Crypto Clearance is racing fifth. Gulch is next, then Leo Castelli. Chocolate won, and Cordero is literally standing up in the irons as he was in tight quarters or having some sort of a problem. And far back, Manasseh Jack is ninth. As they move on to the backstretch. Now it's Avies Copy in front by 2.5 lengths. Gone West has taken the second spot, and Bet Twice is third by the same margin. Ali Sheba, looking for the Triple Crown, is in fourth position and some 8 lengths off the lead. Crypto Clearance with Pinkai on the outside is next. Then Chocolate won. Then the entry of Leo Castelli and Gulch, and far back, Manasseh Jack. They move down the backstretch. The first quarter in a slow 24-2, 49-2 for the half, 3 quarters in 1:13-4. This is not a fast pace, and that's why Avies Copy is looking real good right now with Solomoni. He's in front by 2, but now the field starts to tighten up. Maple asks for more and gets it with Gone West moving through between horses. Craig Perrette puts Bet Twice in gear, and now on the outside, it's Bet Twice taking command. Gone West is second. At the rail, it's Avies Copy third. And then Crypto Clearance and Ali Sheba races a team in fourth and fifth. Chocolate won and Leo Castelli. The story is right now Bet Twice who's drawing away to lead it by some 4 lengths. Gone West is holding the second spot. Crypto Clearance is third. McCarron between horses looks for racing room and is in a little bit of trouble. Back into the fourth spot. Avies Copy drops back to be fifth. They've got less than a quarter of a mile to go. And look at Bet Twice. He's drawing away. 3/16 of a mile to go. Perrette looks over his shoulder, and there isn't anybody within 6 lengths of him. And down the stretch they come. It's Bet Twice, and he's just destroying this field. He's in front by 10. Crypto Clearance is second. Ali Sheba is next with a late charge Gulch. But look at the finish of the Belmont. Craig Perrette raises his whip in victory. The horse that finished second to Ali Sheba Twice has literally destroyed this field and won by 10 in a very slow time of 2 minutes 28 and 1/5 seconds.
Woody Stevens in disappointment. And there, Bet Twice, Craig Perrette, who has spent most of his career in New Jersey, but had never run in the Belmont before, has won the Belmont Stakes with a tremendous performance by Bet Twice. Unofficially, it appeared to us that Ali Sheba was probably fourth. If that is the case, Bet Twice has not only won the Belmont, but will win the $1 million bonus or most points in the 3 races.
He'll notice things inside of him, and he did that today, but he got far enough away from his field to where I was just going to stay busy with him.
No worries at this point, or were you still concerned?
At the 3/8 pole, I really wasn't worried because he kicked easy for me. He opened up on his horses without me putting him to a drive. And I knew when I got inside the quarter pole, I says, if Ali Sheba's 100%, he might get him, but that's what it would take today. And as we see, I guess he wasn't.
The margin is somewhat reminiscent of a horse named Secretariat. Remember, that was 31, but yours was certainly convincing.
Gulch, part of the entry of Peter Brandt and trainer Leroy Jolly. Gulch beat Broad Brush and 8 other older horses in the Metropolitan Mile. Got an 18-pound weight break that day. Today he has a 10-pound weight break. Gulch was third in the Classic, the Belmont Stakes. Jose Santos, the rider, he has never lost on Gulch. Won the Bayshore and the Wood. The other part of the Brandt entry, 1A, this is Gorky. Not known much about this colt. Been out just 6 times. Lightest weight in the field, 105 pounds. Just 2 career wins. Has never been in the money in a stakes race. And this will be interesting to see how Gorky fits into the plans here of Leroy Jolly. Antonio Grael is the rider, won 14 riding titles at Thistledown before moving on to New York from the great Panamanian Jockey School. And I want to make Antonio Grael because he's one of 18 children. Gorky could be the rabbit for the early speed. Keep an eye on 1A. Number 2, Seldom Seen Sue, the only filly in the field of the Whitney Handicap, and only 2 fillies have ever won this race in 59 runnings. Seldom Seen Sue won the Grade 1 Milady at Hollywood, a race you saw earlier here on the show. To mention, the only filly in this field is at 16 outs, won 7 over $317,000, and the master is on board. Bill Shoemaker, winner of almost 8,700 races, over 970 stakes wins, 241 races worth over $100,000. He has not won the Whitney. Bill Shoemaker. The 3-horse, the morning line favorite, the outstanding handicap horse in training today. This is Broad Brush, winner of over $2.6 million. Interestingly enough, the high weight of 127, he has never won carrying this much weight. He is 11th on the money list, but could today, with a $173,100 first place check, move past spectacular bid to become 9th on the all-time list. Speaking of all-time, that's what they say in Saratoga about Angel Cordero. 11 straight Saratoga titles. He just passed the 6,000 win mark. He has won 2 of the last 3 Whitneys, 84 on Slew of Gold and 85 on Track Baron, Broad Brush, and Angel Cordero. Number 4 is L'Aquamet. L'Aquamet, owned by Virginia Kraft Payson, is a son of Pleasant Colony. Won the 86 Jim Dandy at Saratoga. L'Aquamet. The number 4 horse, the rider, is Jerry Bailey. His best year last year, mounts earned over $4.4 million. He won the Travers here last year at Saratoga. The number 5 horse, the Bay Colt, the people like a lot here. Java Gold, trained by Mac Miller, the Rokeby stable son of Key to the Mint, has won 6 of 11 stakes. Won the Grade 1 Remsen last fall at 2. Has never been worse than second in 4 starts this year. The rider, one of the best, Pat Day, won last year's Whitney on Horse of the Year, Lady's Secret, the nation's winningest rider 4 of the last 5 years, Pat Day. And rounding out the field, Gone West, the number 6 horse, the Bay Colt, the $1.9 million Keeneland yearling sale. Horse, the Hickory Tree stable, Woody Stevens trained, Eddie Maple riding, Gone West. He won the Dwyer by more than 12 lengths. There's Eddie Maple. He has never won the Whitney, but he is the last person to win the riding title at Saratoga in 1975 before Angel started his string. That's the field, and a great one it is for the Whitney Handicap. Our thanks to the Daily Racing Form for ours in 2 weeks, too. These 3-year-olds we're talking about, Java Gold, maybe, certainly Gone West. They're ready to go. Let's go upstairs to Marshall Cassidy, the call of the Whitney.
They're all in line. They're off. Seldom Seen Sue. The filly is going for the early lead. It's Gorky on the inside second. As the field approaches the clubhouse turn, and Seldom Seen Sue leads the way by only a neck as Gorky moves alongside on the rail, and Gorky now gets the lead. Seldom Seen Sue on the outside, back into second by 5, then Gone West, Java Gold, L'Aquamet, Gulch, and Broad Brush is 7th. The first quarter, 23-2, and they're on to the backstretch. Seldom Seen Sue on the outside gets the lead again by about a half. Gorky on the rail, second by about 4. Gone West is third by a length. L'Aquamet on the outside in 4th, then Java Gold and Gulch. About 2 to Broad Brush, still in 7th. Down the backstretch. The filly continues to lead by a half. Seldom Seen Sue on the outside, but now Gorky comes on again on the rail, and Gorky gets ahead in front. Seldom Seen Sue on the outside, second by a half. Gone West on the outside has moved into third and continues to gain ground. The half in 46-2 as they round the far turn. Gone West on the outside now gets a narrow lead. Gorky is second. L'Aquamet is third. Gaining ground on the rail is Gulch. On the outside, Java Gold farther out. Broad Brush makes a big move as they approach the top of the stretch. 3 quarters, 10-2. It's Gulch on the rail now, leading by a half on the outside. Gone West, second by a half. Farther out, Broad Brush moving up, then Java Gold. Gulch has the lead at the 8th pole by a length. Gone West is second. Java Gold on the inside, now third. Broad Brush is back into 4th. Java Gold gaining ground on the outside of Gulch. They race to the wire. It's Gulch nearest the rail. Java Gold on the outside, closing. Java Gold gains the lead. Java Gold wins by a half. Then it's Gulch finishing second. A photo for third between Broad Brush and Gone West in the 8th race, Whitney Handicap at Saratoga.
Thank you, Marshall. And the 3-year-olds had their day, and Java Gold is on his way to say, wait a minute, Ali Sheba bet twice. There may be another 3-year-old on the block. Thinking of the Travers in 2 weeks here, where they expect all the records to fall again. This is a record-setting day here for the Whitney, but they're expecting big things in 2 weeks for the Travers Stakes here, that historic race that now looks like Java Gold, if everything comes out fine in this race for Mac Miller, should be outstanding. 148-2 is the time. Remember, 147 was the stakes record. 148-2. Java Gold, 113 pounds, proves the 113 pounds he carried. Chelsea, let's take a closer look at the race.
All right, Chris, and here's how they looked as they rounded the turn for home. There you see Gulch on the rail. He had sneaked through on the rail to forge up to the lead alongside Gone West, who is one horse out from the rail. He had briefly had the lead earlier, and making a big move from far back on the far outside was Broad Brush, and tucked in behind them very craftily, waiting for room, was Java Gold with Pat Day. Now watch this. Gulch has gone for the lead. He looks like he's a home free winner. Gone West just there is not quite able to keep up, and Pat Day patiently waits for that opening to open up so that he doesn't have to swing around. And when Java Gold sees daylight, watch this move. Gulch looks like a winner. Jose Santos probably thinks he's home free, but watch this move by Java Gold. Remember that 113 pounds, that's a light package, sort of like driving a sports car through the stretch, and there he goes. 1.25 miles is going to suit him fine. Chris?
Thank you, Chelsea. Java Gold heads off the track, finishing first. Gulch second. Broad Brush third. We'll be back in a moment. 260. Gulch at 420 and 280. And Broad Brush, who gave 14 pounds to Java Gold and 10 pounds to Gulch. Broad Brush carrying 127, finishing third, returning $2.40. The official results now, as we take a look at it, running it down here. It is, of course, Java Gold, Gulch, and Broad Brush. Gone West. Woody Stevens' horse finished fourth. Laquamet fifth. The filly who set the early fraction, Seldom Seen Sue, was sixth. Gorky was seventh. Let's go to Charles C. Canny.
Show Polish Navy at 5-2, Gulch at 4.5, Java Gold at 3-5. And we take a look at the stakes record set by Turco Man. The last horse moves in, and we go to the top of the stands for Marshall Cassidy's call of the Marlboro.
Zero. Polish Navy on the rail has the lead. On the outside, Nostalgia Star between them, Java Gold, Gulch. Bordeaux Bob is fifth. They round the clubhouse turn with Polish Navy nearest the rail in front by less than a length. On the outside, Nostalgia Star second by about 2. Java Gold is third by a length, and Gulch is fourth by a length, and Bordeaux Bob remains in fifth. They approach the backstretch, the first quarter in 24 and 2. Polish Navy leads the way by a length and a half. Nostalgia Star on the outside, second by about 5. Java Gold is third by a length and a half, then Bordeaux Bob and Gulch. Polish Navy continues to lead the way by a bit more than a length, and a Nostalgia Star on the outside is still second by about 5. Java Gold is third by a length and a half, then Bordeaux Bob and Gulch. On the rail is fifth. Up in 48 and 2. And they approach the far turn. It's Polish Navy leading easily by a length and a half. Nostalgia Star second by about 5. Java Gold remains in third. Now it's Gulch gaining a bit on the rail. On the outside is Bordeaux Bob. They round the far turn. 3/4, 12 and 3. Polish Navy leading still by about 2. Then Nostalgia Star second by 4. Java Gold on the outside is third, and Gulch on the rail is fourth. Then it's Bordeaux Bob. They continue around the far turn with Polish Navy in front, now getting clear by 3. Nostalgia Star second by 2. Java Gold on the outside now moving. Java Gold gaining on the outside of Nostalgia Star. Gulch on the rail is also moving out. 1 mile, 36 and 4, they're in the stretch. It's Polish Navy leading still by 2. Gulch on the inside of Nostalgia Star. Java Gold on the outside of those two. Java Gold on the outside takes second, continues to gain on Polish Navy. They pass the 8th pole. Java Gold on the outside of Polish Navy. Their heads apart on the rail is Gulch, then Nostalgia Star. Java Gold gets the lead. Polish Navy now second. Gulch on the rail with Nostalgia Star. It's Java Gold in front. Java Gold wins by about 2. Then a photo between Nostalgia Star and Polish Navy replaces.
Well, Java Gold may have just stamped himself as the 3-year-old champion. He is certainly the one to beat. Slow fractions of 24 and 2, 48 and 2, 112 and 3, 136 and 4. The final running time, though, of 2 minutes and 1 second. Pretty good time to finish off on a good track condition. That is just a second off of the stakes record that is shared by 3 others, Turkoman, Forgo, and Wajima.
Candy's Gold is sent, and Judge Angelucci, and they passes for the first time, and it is Judge Angelucci now who's out to take the lead, but Candy's Gold is sticking right with them early. Corey Black trying to nurse that speed with him on the inside. Skywalker is up close early. He's a Sorrows 4 wide, a Fleet is 3 wide, and toward the inside it's Good Command, a gap of 4, and Ferdinand is settled into 7th position, and Gulch is alongside him. Ali Shiba is now running in 8th. He's about 9 lengths off the lead as
they head for the backstretch. Bold arrangement trying to take hold of this track. Crypto Clearance has one horse beaten, and that is Nostalgia Star, who is content to trail at this time as they move off the backstretch. Judge Angelucci and Candy's Gold moving together on the lead. The opening quarter went to 23 flat, 46 and 2 for the half. Those two are still going at it. Good Command kept close to them toward the inside. He's a Charles running third, and Ferdinand now has asked for more run. He'll need racing room though. He's on the inside fifth. Skywalker is alongside him, and now Ali Shiva begins to roll from the back of the pack, and the fleet has dropped back. There's a half mile to run in this Breeders' Cup Classic, and it is Candy's Gold toward the inside. Judge Angelucci and Ferdinand to pick him up now on the outside third. Good Command is putting in his run toward the rail. Skywalker is still in it. He's only 3 lengths off the lead, and Ali Shiva continues to pick him up on the outside with a dramatic run toward the leaders. They are at the quarter pole here at Hollywood Park, and it is Judge Angelucci on the outside. Candy's Gold toward the rail. Ferdinand and Ali Shiva coming on from the outside. Good Command is in behind horses. They're less than a furlong out. Judge Angelucci desperate. Ferdinand right there. Ali Shiva on the outside. Ferdinand. Judge Angelucci on the outside. Ali Shiva. Ferdinand has the lead. Ali Shiva up by the surge. The two Derby winners hit the wire together. Ferdinand and Ali Shiva in a dramatic photo finish in the world's richest horse race.
Oh my, Ferdinand and Ali Shiva, the two Derby winners of the past 2 seasons, battling down the stretch. And Bill Shoemaker has apparently won his first Breeders' Cup Classic for Charlie Whittingham and owner Howard Keck. You're at his best, saving his horse, and he needed all of Ferdinand to beat Ali Shiva. Let's go back to the top of the stretch. Candy's Gold on the rail. Judge Angelucci right outside him. The early pace setters hanging tough. But in the pink and blue silk, Shoemaker and Ferdinand inching closer with every stride and will come up to take the lead. But keep your eye on the extreme outside in the blue and white. Ali Shiva gaining from Ferdinand with every stride. They'll come right to the wire in one of the most thrilling finishes you'll ever see. Ferdinand and Ali Shiva right there. Well, we are in Hollywood, and with the photo sign up, fans waiting, and now the replay does show that Ferdinand barely, hair of the nostril.
It's close, very close, Dick.
And that is not the official photo. The script, almost melodramatic to have the two Derby winners dueling in that manner and for it to be so close. That's the exacta pool closing in on $1 million for those that are now rooting for the two Derby winners to pay off, and of course that is the one thing we do know. The exacta will involve those two. Think of all that hangs in the balance for this photo. Ali Shiva, if he gets there first, will probably be the champion 3-year-old, will probably be a horse of the year. Ferdinand, if he got there first, he could be horse of the year. All that riding on just an inch or less. Here it is again from our NBC point of view, looking right down the line. Ferdinand on the inside, and Ali Shiva, number 9, on the outside. And the hand, listen in the background. You don't hear racing fans applaud like this often. They're applauding Shoemaker and Ferdinand. They're applauding Ali Shiva and Chris McCarron as they come back to the winner's circle, and they await the official notice on the board. Listen to the hand at Hollywood Park.
I've never seen anything like.
Here we go.
And they're off. Abject on the inside of stacked pack, going for the lead. On the outside is Gulch, the highweight in third, then a Fleet his fourth, followed on the outside by King Swan, then it's Academic nearest the rail, about 2 to Tellingham, and Pepe Le Pew is 8 down the backstretch. Abject on the rail, now leads the way by a length, and a stacked pack is second by a half. On the outside is Gulch in third by a length. Fleet farther out is fourth by about a length, and King Swan. It's Academic on the rail, about 4 to Tellingham, and Pepe Le Pew remains in 8. The quarter in 22 and 2 as they enter the far turn. The half in 44 and 4. Gulch now moving on the outside. Farther out is Affleet. Those two heads apart. They're the two highways. On the rail, Abject back into third, then Stacked back on the far outside is Tallingham moving up. Affleet on the outside now gets the lead by about a neck, and Gulch on the rail second by about 3. Then Tallingham and Stacked back heads apart. 3/4, 8 and 4. It's Affleet on the outside, leading the way by a half. Gulch on the rail, second by a length, and Tallingham is third. Stacked back alongside Tallingham. King Swan in fifth at the 8th pole. Affleet now joined again by Gulch on the rail. On the outside, Tallingham is moving up. Gulch now gets the lead. Affleet back into second. Tallingham is third. Stacked back nearest the rail in fourth as they approach the wire. It's Gulch nearest the rail in front.
And there you see it. The rivalry everyone expected did develop as Gulch and Affleet raced together as a team coming off the turn and came through the stretch with Gulch gallantly getting just ahead of Affleet at the wire, but Affleet coming on again. A closer finish you couldn't have asked for. Interesting handicapping at the weights. Gulch picking up a pound. Affleet remaining the same. Wasn't able to turn the tables on Gulch today.
It is now post time. They're all on. They're off. And Gulch goes for the early lead with King Swan on the rail in second. Personal Ensign is third as the field approaches the clubhouse turn. King Swan is on the rail, a half off of Gulch. And Gulch now comes into the rail, leads by a length. King Swan second by about 4, and Personal Ensign at this point is third. They approach the backstretch, the first quarter, 23 and 3. It's Gulch on the rail in front by a length. Now King Swan on the outside is second by about 2, and Personal Ensign remains in third. They're on to the backstretch. Gulch continues to lead by less than a length as King Swan moves up a bit on the outside. About a length and a half to Personal Ensign on the rail, still in third. The half in 47 and 2. Gulch continues to lead by less than a length. King Swan on the outside, still in second. About 2 to Personal Ensign, still in third. They enter the far turn. Hey, Gulch gets clear now by 2. And gaining ground on the outside is Personal Ensign with a rush. The filly, Personal Ensign, now moves alongside Gulch. King Swan back into third. It's Gulch on the rail, leading by about a neck. On the outside, Personal Ensign is second. They approach the top of the stretch. 3/4, 11 and 3. Now it's between Personal Ensign and Gulch for the lead, and they've opened 5 on King Swan back into third. Personal Ensign, the filly, on the outside, gets the lead. Gulch on the rail remains very close in second. They pass the 8th pole. It's Personal Ensign on the outside, still leading the way by a neck, and Gulch is second. Now the filly gets clear by a length. It's Personal Ensign in front.
Take a look at Ali Sheba. Let's look at the weights, and you're looking at the high weight right there. Ali Sheba carries 124, but it's lighter than he's packed in some time. Bet twice, 123, 1 pound difference there. Gulch, 122. Then it's the lightweight Slough City Slough, Bolshoi Boy, and Back Bay Banquet, a 10-pound spread there. Here are the current odds at Monmouth Park. Bet twice at 5-2, as is Gulch. Remember, Make a Decision was scratched earlier. Slough City Slough, the Budweiser long shot at 7-1. Ali Sheba, who opened at 2-1, the morning line favorite, has gone lower. He is even money right now. Back Bay Banquet is 25-1. Bolshoi Boy is 45-1. Now you're taking a look at Bet Twice there, ridden by Craig Perrette. He no doubt is the hometown horse here. He stables right here at Monmouth Park and has been working out very well. We also had good things and good reports from the folks up at Saratoga. We're really excited about the workouts that Gulch has been turning out. So there is Gulch right there, and remember, he really does look good right now. You can see why they're so excited about him as a stallion prospect, the son of Mr. Prospector, going to retire next year. The lane's in, syndicated this week, they say, for $16 million. They're getting ready as they approach the starting gate here. Let's get some pre-race comments now as they approach the gate from the man who will call the Iselin for us today, up to the top of the stands, and Dave Johnson.
And there goes Bet Twice, who's moving into line, and Craig Perret has won this race twice. He took it in 75 with Royal Glint and 78 with Life's Hope. There's the stakes and track record set by Spendebuck in 1985, which turned out to be, in this race, the Iselin, and it turned out to be his very final race of his career. The Speedball, Slew City Slew is in, and there goes Ali Sheba. And then after that, two more horses, the Jersey bred Back Bay Banquet, and Bolshoi Boy will be the final horse in line. They're all in the gate. We're ready for the start. And they're off. From between horses, Slew City Slew, but now that's Gulch. And at the rail, it's Bet Twice. Slew City Slew with Marco Castaneda now takes command by a length, and Gulch on the outside is second. Bet Twice along the inside rail is racing third. After that, it's Back Bay Banquet in fourth position by 2.5. The favorite, Ali Sheba, is next, and Bolshoi Boy is the trailer. Castaneda looks under his arm to make sure that nobody is gaining on him. He has the lead with Slew City Slew by about 1.5 lengths. Gulch on the outside is keeping Bet Twice right there at the rail in close check, and then it's a gap of 4 lengths back to Back Bay Banquet, who's fourth at this point. Then comes Ali Sheba and Bolshoi Boy. The first quarter in 23, the half in 46-2. Moving down the backstretch, it's still Slew City Slew holding the lead by 1.25 lengths, and now Bet Twice shakes loose and gets the second spot by a head, and Gulch is alongside with Angel Cordero Jr. aboard in third position. It's 8 lengths farther back, and now Ali Sheba begins to make his move. He takes fourth and has dead aim on the top 3 as they round the far turn, 3/4 in 109.4. Now they're bunching up on the front end. Slew City Slew has the lead by a head. Now there goes Bet Twice. Craig Perret asks for speed and gets it. And it's Bet Twice leading the way by 1. Slew City Slew second. Gulch is third. Here comes Ali Sheba on the outside fourth. They're in the stretch. Bet Twice has the lead by 2 lengths. On the far outside, here comes Ali Sheba. The rivalry continues. And down the stretch they come. Bet Twice on the inside. Ali Sheba on the outside with McCarran. Coming to the wire. Ali Sheba to the front, and to the front easily as McCarran guides him to a 1-length victory, with Bet Twice finishing second. 5 lengths farther back it was Gulch, then Slew City Slew, then Back Bay Banquet, and then Bolshoi Boy. Ali Sheba content to stay in about 5th position down the backstretch, and Chris McCarran just pushed the button, said away we go, and it's history as Ali Sheba, the even money favorite, takes this race in 1 minute, 47 4/5 seconds.
Well, Ali Sheba, the unofficial winner, he is 1 second off of the track record and the stakes record set by Spendebuck in 1985. And I know there's a lot of excitement from the folks in Midland, Texas, and in Missoula, Montana, as Pam Scarborough, the co-owner, is up there. Congratulations, Pamela. He looks magnificent. We'll be back in a moment. You are looking right now at the all-time winningest thoroughbred colt in racing history. Ali Sheba has moved to number 2 on the list behind the gelding John Henry, but no colt has won more money ever than Ali Sheba. Now with the $300,000 first prize here of the Iselin, he goes to $4,470,642 as Ali Sheba has really made his name in history here. Let's go now to Pete Axhelm and a closer look at Ali Sheba's...
Become the winningest in terms of earnings horse in history, passing John Henry.
Number 1 horse in the field today, the lesser half of the Wayne Lucas trained entry, 5th in the sprint last year at 97-1, riding a 5-race losing streak. Chris Antley with his first Breeders' Cup ride. Number 1A is Gulch. Lucas leads all trainers with 6 Breeders' Cup wins. Gulch's best shot here. Racing in top company has not been out of the money in 10 starts this year. Angel Cordero figures to keep Gulch just off the pace, and Gulch retires after today.
Very settled, returns to defend the sprint championship. Won at Hollywood Park last year, went off at 16-1, is 15-1 currently.
She is a long shot today. She hasn't won since that Breeders' Cup victory, except once, as trainer Mel Studi tried to stretch her out to longer races. Number 3, Rule Man, a Kentucky Derby contender until injured in April, had surgery to remove knee chips and is 2 for 2 in New York since his return. Gary Stevens looks for his first Breeders' Cup win. Number 4, Fleet, like Gulch, unplaced in last year's Classic. This year tries the Sprint. Has not raced in 4 months after a series of minor ailments, but typically runs well fresh and has Lasix for the first time today. He retires to stud after this race. Number 5, Mossa, formerly raced in England, but has 5 U.S. wins this year. Comes from way back, but can he do that in a race this short? This is his shortest effort of the year. Number 6, Once Wild, was scratched. Number 7, Precisionist, making his 3rd Breeders' Cup appearance. He won the sprint at Aqueduct on his way to champion sprinter honors. Retired to stud in 1987 by his owner, 91-year-old Fred Hooper. Precisionist failed to get his mares in fold and has returned to the races this year. 3 wins in 6 starts, but all at longer distances. Chris McCarron's only Breeders' Cup score was on this horse. Number 8 is Calistoga. He's won 5 of his last 6. He loves the slop. He hasn't raced against this kind of competition, though. He's trying to crack the big time with Don Brunfield, leading rider of all time at Churchill Downs. Number 9, Olympic Prospect. Frank Sinatra is one of the owners, but not the Frank Sinatra. There may be singing, but it's likely to be off-key. The owner is a Glendale, California pediatrician. But this is a real speedball. He'll be Catch Me If You Can today. He's a California Invaders, taken 6 of 7.
And the big crowd fancies Mining, currently the favorite at 9-5.
Favored because he's unbeaten, though he's raced only 6 times, had ankle chips removed. He has been well in the slop. He won in the Vosburg in the mud his last start, beating Gulch nearly 3 lengths. Number 11, Play the King, Canadian-based, has won 4 of 5 this year, breaks from the outside post position. In the mutual field, 2 horses today running as 1 betting interest. Number 12, Ready Jet Go, 2nd filly in the field, equal the 6-furlong track record of the Meadowlands in her last start. Linda Rice Appleby, daughter of the owner, is trainer, groom, exercise rider, hot walker, and van driver for this filly. Number 13 is Sylvan Express, a closer, 2nd and 3rd to Olympic Prospect this summer. His last race in the slop at Keeneland, a disaster. He finished 7th.
A field of 13 sprinters, the best in the world, going here at Churchill Downs, and these are the current odds. You'll see them throughout the day as they are on the totalizator here at Churchill Downs. The entry of High Brighton Gulch at 5-1, very subtle at 15-1, went off at 16-1 last year in the win, and there's your favorite, number 10, Mining, at 9-5. Good backing for Olympic Prospect, number 9, at 6-1. They like Precisionist and Calistoga at 7-1. They're on the track for the 6-furlong sprint, lasting up to 30 miles an hour.
A tailwind on the backstretch is going to mean some very fast early fractions. Look for Olympic Prospect to fly on the lead.
We're reminded of the stirring call of the Classic last year. Now let's go up to the top race announcer in the country, Tom Durkin.
And we're ready for the start of the first Breeders' Cup in Kentucky, and they're off. Gulch broke alertly on the outside. Calistoga is away quickly. Mining was also away well, and toward the inside, it's very subtle in Olympic Prospect. Olympic Prospect and very subtle. And those 2 will fight it out early, and Mining is right there and fighting early in 3rd. Precisionist is hustled up on the inside, 4th. Calistoga 5th on the outside. Roman is up close. He's just 5 lengths off the lead. Play the King is now running 7th on the outside. And then it's Gulch now racing in 8th position. Then farther back, Ready Jet Go is now 9th toward the rail. High Bright is racing in 10th. A Fleet, the Canadian, is 11th. Then on the extreme outside, it's Sylvan Express, and Mossif now is launching his bid from the back of the pack. The quarter was a quick one, 21 seconds flat, and it is Olympic Prospect now who comes to the top of the stretch with the lead by a length. Last year's winner, very subtle now, running at him from the inside. Precisionist is right there, racing in 3rd position, and in between horses, Gulch is right there, 4th. On the outside, Play the King now, and they're down to the final furlong. Very subtle has now taken the lead. On the outside, Play the King is charging hard. Gulch is right there. Gulch emerging with the lead. Play the King. It's Gulch. Play the King. Here's the wire. And Gulch has won it. And a salute of victory from Angel Cordero Jr. Gulch coming from slightly off the pace, and he goes on to outgame Play the King in the Breeders' Cup Sprint.
Angel Cordero aboard the late-running sprinter. He wanted a fast pace and got it on this sloppy track at Churchill Downs. The 4-year-old Kentucky-bred Gulch is the winner of the Breeders' Cup $1 Million Sprint, sired by the 19-year-old great sire, Mr. Prospector. Angel, congratulations. You've got one in the bank.
Thank you. This is my birthday present.
And how do you think the track will affect the longer races that we're about to see?
Thank you, Chris. Angel, talking to you.
Angel, how about the longer races as we get to the dirt races over a mile? How will the track affect those?
The track is soft. The grass is soft, but the dirt is good.
It's tough, but very quick, and certainly the speed of Gulch down the stretch with Angel Cordero guiding the winner, $450,000 to the winning sprinter Gulch. The unofficial winner, Gulch, heard Angel Cordero say that it's an early birthday present for him. He'll be 46 years old in 3 days. Gulch unofficially on top. Went off at 5-1 as part of the entry. Play the King and a Fleet. And very subtle, last year's winner finished fourth. A Fleet was flying on the rail.
He was indeed, and Gulch out away from the rail. He's wide here. You see him in the green colors with the white shadow roll on his nose, overtaking very subtle and Olympic Prospect, holding off Play the King, and in on the rail. Watch a Fleet of this move in the final 16th of a mile. But it's Gulch giving Cordero his second Breeders' Cup triumph. He won for trainer Wayne Lucas on Life's Magic back in the distaff in 1985. Here's the head-on view. Here's Gulch now with a white shadow roll on, being whipped right-handed by Cordero, moving between the horses there with Play the King on his outside, Olympic Prospect on his inside. Cordero switches the whip to his left hand, beating furiously and alternating with a hand ride, and gets Gulch up to win it. This is a third time the charm for Gulch. He was fifth in the 1986 Breeders' Cup Juvenile, ninth in the 87 Classic, and Cordero celebrates a victory in the 88 Sprint.
Well, some big prices on the board with Play the King, a long shot, finishing second. That'll create a $582 exacta. Those are musical terms for